where Sifa is sitting with Hilla-san.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Of course, great cast on the day. I wanted to say it at least once. Hilla-san, you guys just came out of a pretty commanding 2-0. The first thing I want to ask you is that last game was really crazy at one particular moment. 25 minutes, you guys started a Baron. There was a massive fight around it. I just want to know, what were the comms like during that really chaotic situation?
First of all, the call of Baron doing there was the best. But in-game, it's hard to see this call. So we started Nash. And then people start coming, GP ult, and we get really hard chunked. Then I died, Gragas was with 1 HP, we jumped over the wall. It was really, really bad, it turned really bad. And then Chachi came, killed everyone, I think. And yeah, Veritas helped us well, we killed them and we took Nasha, and then we knew that game is over for them. So, yeah.
I mean, really solid, worked out on your end, very chaotic, very exciting to watch, but good to know that it was kind of a little bit messy on your guys' side too. It does play out in your favor in the end, however. Looking down into the bottom lane, the support meta seems to be shifting back away from Karma and Nami to more melee picks like Alistar and Braum. Which meta do you prefer?
Definitely the melee meta. I used to be a tank player as well. I'm actually really happy that support meta shifts back. And about the Alistar pick, I think he is just good situational pick. I wouldn't say that, like Roccat just blind pick it. I wouldn't say it's good. I think Alistar is really good pick into Sivir because you can just combo and Sivir cannot spell shoot. So that's why Alistar is really good pick right now. And the rest melees like Trundle and Braum are just really good solid picks. Trundle is flex. You can take advantage over team comps with Trundle. And Braum is just solid front line with a lot of CC. So yeah, I'm really happy that meta comes back.
I mean, good to hear that it's kind of maybe shifting in your favor, at least in your personal comfort zone. Looking at the way the Unicorns have been playing the game, on the caster desk, we've been hearing a lot about your guys' kind of aggressive style. And I was really curious, what allows you to play so aggressive, so forward, and make such decisive calls?
I'm not sure. I think it's a unique play style, I would say. Like, Chachi and me and even Exile, every one of us is like super aggressive, and if Move is an aggressive jungle, we can snowball this advantage. Every time we have a aggressive jungle and advantage in the jungle, we can snowball over our laning phase. So this is really good for our team.
And final question, as you guys get closer and closer to playoffs, looking towards the end of the season, you guys aren't quite clinched yet, but you're getting there. Who do you think is going to be your biggest opponent in the playoffs? Who looks the most terrifying right now?
This is actually really easy to answer. Yesterday we lost 0-2 to G2. They outplayed us really hard. They're a really strong team, and yeah, G2 is definitely the answer to this question.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to see how you guys advance, if you guys are going to be able to lock that playoff spot. But of course, thank you so much for talking to me. And we're going to head back over to the caster desk to find out your player of the game for that second match.
Thank you very much, Sifa. I love hearing from the players. And a more chaotic game. I can still hear the Unicorns guys outside.
Yeah, those guys are on like loop on echo. Somebody forgot to press pause sometimes.
Talking about pressing pause or play, we've got the final team fight. It's chaotic, it's messy. Bring this up onto your screen because again, it just kind of highlights how far ahead Unicorns were. And I like the fact that it starts with Chachi just running down
the irony
everyone.
in a Bloodlord being out-sustained and out-lifestealed by Chachi here is like the only amusing thing for Roccat maybe on this fight. Yeah, they're just getting waltzed over. At this point, it is over. Like GP trying to enter the fight here. A couple of shots into Exile, maybe, you know, still back looking for the snipe, but then the team comes in for support. Veritas in all these fights in the late game is getting untouched. That's why he's getting some of these triple kills, quadra kills later on. But the brunt of the footwork has been done by the team, has been done by Chachi.
Yeah. And it's interesting to see just how well Parang's GP was yesterday against, was it Schalke?
Yeah, but he got donated the kill earlier. Remember,
Yes.
Gilius walked in, is like, hello, sir, would you like some spider, you know, meat?
And today he did the same thing, saying, hello, sir, Chachi, would you like a kill in game one? And it just does not have anywhere near the same impact. If a team knows how to play around it. Chachi is your player of the game for the second time today. Great performance on Trundle. Great performance on the day. I mean, he really just showed up.
Definitely, like, he's a super strong split pusher, you know, getting these carry champions slotted in for him, his team playing well enough around him to help him out, and then he definitely steps into that space. The problem for him is that, or problem for Unicorns is sometimes they get over eager on the 4-man side.
Yeah.
That's my only issue, is like Chachi is like winning the split pushing bottom, and his team start randomly fighting on the top side. but that's something Unicorns can still show up. And these some of these plays here, Vizicachi, yeah, solo killing. No matter what challenger approached, he took them all down.
So Unicorns have left, they're on 20 points now, much closer to playoffs. Looking forward, they have to play H2K and Splice. What do you make of the performance, what you've seen this weekend, and their chances against H2K and Splice, who have still looked a step ahead?
Gut feeling is 0-4 for Unicorns. It's just the manner in which I think will be more important, because they'll likely end up in playoffs anyways, depending on the positions, because they're like now bordering on 6. So actually, they may not even stay in playoffs, because if somebody else comes up, you know, out of that pit, out of like slightly below them, and actually gets them a couple of points, because it's very likely that Unicorns will no longer get any more points this season.
It's a challenge, right? Because Giants at 23 points, they just clinched playoffs. Unicorns are on 20. H2K currently 21.
But H2K will likely beat Unicorns. This is all very speculative, you know. There's a chance where Unicorns just snowball. But if H2K have the similar early games understanding of lane stops that they do now, and they can not get truly outplayed like Splice outplayed them, then the Unicorns probably have a bad matchup against them.
I mean, the H2K series is the one that's going to be the most important in terms of direct competitors. If they can take a point from Splice, that's very good for Unicorns to advance in the seeding.
Yeah.
But it's really against H2K where they can put some distance and maybe game a position or two.
Yeah, a 3-pointer against H2K would be massive for the Unicorns.
I mean,
that's my statement.
Yeah, I know, but it's a 2-0 against H2K. It doesn't seem likely.
I mean, H2K tilt pretty hard after they lose game 1, so that is definitely the way in. You know, play super hard snowball style, and then maybe they can make it out.
All right, so just an update really quickly, getting it from production. Giants, Splice, Fnatic, and G2 are all confirmed for playoffs. So that's 4 of the 6. Not a super huge surprise, but that means that obviously UOL, H2K, they're the 2 that are fighting for it, the most likely, because Schalke and Vitality seem like they're falling off.
Yeah,
completely.
it's just the big surprise here that there's Giants locked in for playoffs over H2K, which is truly a surprise and is just testament to the growth that they've shown as a team and as an organization, and how well their imports have been slotting in and really improving week to week.
Yeah, slow growth, but the main thing is that it's growth. And for H2K, it's been a downward spiral, but this week was probably a good confidence boost for them. Despite the fact they lost to Splice, I heard the games were pretty good, pretty exciting. Yesterday, they picked up a 2-0.
Yeah, or Vitality, who down in Dumpster. So they're improving some of their core issues, but their shot calling is very erratic, still very loud. You know, if you're listening to clips from like TSM, it's like super crisp. It's like, okay, this guy, okay, he's on me, peel, go. Super clean.
Yeah.
If you just try and listen to the background audio of H2K, you hear them screaming like madmen. That's like outdated. Like that was really good communication in Season 3, but right now teams are leveling up beyond that.
Yeah, you got to stop screaming and start talking to one another. We've caught a few clips of the Splice boys in terms of their team fights and how they handle things.
Yeah.
They are so calm. They are so like chilled and
incredibly
clean.
Yeah,
easy to understand.
No egos on that team either. You know, all willing to take a dive for each other, helping each other out. Sometimes they get a little bit overzealous and they get picked off. You know, Kobe picked off yesterday. Today there was overextension on multiple laners too. But in their team fights, it all comes together. You know, they're playing well. Mickey is fantastic bar player, fantastic support overall. He's really the glue for this team and seems to have enabled Kobe. Kobe and Mickey right now are a top 2 lane in Europe.
Yeah. Every single one of the players as well has been quite outspoken about how much they practice in the off-season between spring and summer, and it's really, really showing through.
Yes, but there's a difference between that practice and then building on that foundation further, because Schalke was one of those teams that was really proud, and just like Splice, they were the revelations of the first 5 weeks. Schalke played over 100 scrims, they said, in the off-season, you know, where other teams were just playing like a couple of days. But they ran out of steam. Like, they hit that ceiling and they stayed there, and then because they started losing, they started even playing worse right now. Like, they didn't build on that good foundation, on that lead that they had.
And do you think that's primarily because of the way that the team will approach their prep and their adjustment from week to week in the LCS? Because the format's completely different, right?
There's too many variables to speak on that without having insight into the teams. Like, you can think about player egos, managers, coaching staff. Like, there's so much going on behind the scenes that we can just, like, literally, like, we can guess, but we would never know.
Yeah, unless you actually live there, you don't know for sure. We will be chatting just for a few minutes longer, guys, as EU LCS 1 is getting themselves ready. But taking a look now, G2, clearly head and shoulders above. I mean, they split series with Splice last week. It was very close. How much better than Splice are G2, do you think?
Ooh, that's hard to tell. And that's a question I will think of longer, because we got the cue that we're good to go. So quick shot, I got this gummy bear for you, and we're going to have
gummy bear for me. Thank you very much, Crepper. For now, we're done. We're going to send it over to EU LCS 1, where Origin are going up against Fnatic.